Suntrust heard from America. It was unbelievable what took place. But one thing that we want to encourage Americans is that it's so important right now. There's a fracture in our nation, and religious liberty and freedom to think and freedom to express our beliefs is right now fractured, and our nation needs us.
Well, that was the Benham Brothers in a video over the weekend thanking supporters after a wild few weeks that included HGTV canceling plans to do a reality TV show with the brothers. Then last week, after their series got pulled before it even started to air, Suntrust Bank appeared to cut ties with the Benham Brothers due to their conservative beliefs. Now, after pressure mounted, the bank says it was all a big misunderstanding. We didn't try to cancel them, what? And they have apologized. Tonight, in the Kelly File television exclusive, the brothers are here. Jason and David Benham are with the Benham Real Estate Group. Guys, good to see you. And so let me start with Suntrust, which, apparently has seen the light after saying they didn't want to even do business with you. And you have a bunch of franchisees. You're basically real estate agents. You have a bunch of franchisees. They help you. And they severed all ties. And then within a couple of hours, they said, we love them. What? Now they claim it was all a big misunderstanding. Some third party really did the canceling, and they slapped that third party on the wrist. Do you buy it? Let me ask you, Jason.
Well, when we were fired by the third party, we had a feeling it was directly from Suntrust. So we went directly to Suntrust and said, can you tell us why, and will you change your mind? And within a matter of a few hours, they responded with, we can hire and fire whoever we so choose. So we asked for a direct answer, and we got an indirect one. So we made the conversation public, and within a matter of about 8 hours, we received all our properties back. So did our franchisees, with an apology from the president, and so they actually flipped the decision, and they've done the right thing. It's
incredible how the backlash against you for your conservative or more traditional views. And just so the viewers are not confused, walk us through that, David. I know your father has said some controversial things, but let's talk about you. You are the ones who are going to be featured in the HGTV series. What are your views on gays and the, quote, I know you've used the term homosexual agenda that people find so offensive?
Well, our views are biblical views that any type of sex outside of the context of marriage between a man and a woman is not healthy for human beings, and it's definitely not good for a nation that approves of it. It's very much like a fireplace. It's very fire inside of a fireplace is romantic. It warms your home. It heats your food. But once it gets out of the fireplace, it's dangerous. And that's the same thing for any type of sex, homosexual sex, heterosexual sex, outside of the context of marriage. And I was listening to the Kelly File on Friday where a woman that said that my views were extremist views. Well, if I could just elaborate on my extremist views, I do believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. That's 2,000 years of Christian history. I also believe in the sanctity of human life, that little babies in a mother's womb are human beings. I also believe that the Bible has values that are very good for humans, for human flourishing and for a nation. It's very important. I agree with George Washington when he said, of all the dispositions and actions that lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable.
I got you.
I believe that.
We're just not at a point yet where folks who believe as you do have a meeting of the minds or have come to a resolution with people who are in loving, supportive, gay or lesbian relationships and want to express that love in the same way as a man and a woman do by getting married and so on. And then the future is going to resolve this one way or the other. But I want to ask you, Jason, because in that clip, you guys talk about how you believe that there is an agenda to silence in this nation based on, one's beliefs. Talk about that.
We do believe that there is an agenda to silence. It's not that they are concerned with the fact that we have faith. They just don't want us to be vocal about our faith. And see, my brother and I love all people, and the reason we love all people, regardless of their belief, is because God lives inside of us. And we know that if we love God, then we naturally will love people. And so in doing that, when you present truth, which is an absolute standard handed down by God, that's something that a lot of folks don't like anymore.
Well, they don't see it like that. But let me ask you this: are you looking to, if you have somebody who's big on gay marriage or a forceful advocate for gay rights, do you believe in stopping that speech, in taking away a platform that person may have?
Absolutely not. They have the right as Americans in this nation to speak. That's the beauty of America. It doesn't mean that they're right or we're wrong. They have the right as Americans. And the great thing about religious freedom in America is that the fact that the Bible is what sets people free. We see with other religions, like this lady in the Sudan, if she doesn't renounce her faith, she dies. So it's very important that we understand that people do have religious freedom. There is a conversation that we can have in this nation.
I got to run. It'll be interesting to see what happens, because HGTV is getting the same pressure to reverse its decision by this group called Faith Driven Consumer. We'll see what happens there, guys. See you soon.
Thank you, Meg.